I don't know what to do here. Oh my gosh, Houston is awesome. There is so much to do here. It is ridiculous. That is why I actually moved back. That's right, because there's just like endless things to do here. And so I've got this crazy long list that I'm gonna try to get through as fast as possible for you guys, but you're not gonna want to miss out on this. You're gonna wanna stick around for the whole thing because it is just ridiculous that all the things on this list are so different also. So we're gonna check it out right now. Hey, my name is Martin Times with the Living in Houston 713 team right here in Houston, Texas. If this is the first time to the channel, hit that subscribe button right there, hit that bell, get notified each and every single week when we do these videos just for you. We love doing these videos and we have helped so many people move into, out of, and around this great metropolitan city we call H-Town in good old Houston, Texas. Whether it's from city to city, state to state, neighborhood to neighborhood, we got you covered. Alrighty, so now let's get into this list. What to do in Houston. I don't know what to do today. Oh man, there's not really much to do. Oh geez, I don't know. There's so much to do here. It's beyond ridiculous and there is something for everyone. I tell you what. So, first on the list is a number of museums. That's right. We're going to go through some museums here. So many. There is the Houston Museum of Natural Science. There is the MFA, which is the Museum of Fine Arts. There is also the Manil Collection, the Rothko, the Sculpture Garden. There's so much to do. There's this giant art area of Houston, and it's actually called the Arts District. So one of the things that I love about Houston is this whole Arts District. It's amazing, it's unbelievable, it's all green space. There's even an outdoor amphitheater. There's a, one of those domes there inside the Houston Museum of Natural Science. Planetarium, that's it. There's an awesome planetarium there. There's a butterfly exhibit in there. Yep. Like that's what I said, a butterfly exhibit. It's wild. It's in this giant glass encased building and it's all butterflies and it's wild stuff. Super cool. And so that is in its own area. Then you have right next to that, there's the Houston Zoo. Houston Zoo, I mean, I don't know if it's rated one of the best in the country. It should be because it's pretty awesome. And no, I'm not biased at all. Right. Well, and then in that area, there's also Rice University. You can, during the day, go over to Rice University, check it out. There's so many cool things over there. There's like an eclipse rock garden, like granite area. I know it sounds pretty crazy, or is it an eclipse or no? I think it's a solstice garden over there. So twice during the year, during the winter solstice and summer solstice, it casts these certain specific shadows over there. They have really beautiful concerts over there. And anyways, there's a lot to do. And it's just a beautiful campus to go walk around. It's very historic, very cool place to go and check out. So another thing on the list, you're gonna wonder what the heck I'm even talking about. So I've never seen this in any other city. I've done tons and tons of traveling. Downtown Houston, there is a tunnel system, 95 blocks long, 6 miles underneath the ground. Underneath the city of Houston, there's a whole underground tunnel system. A lot of Houstonians have never even been there. A lot of Houstonians don't even know it exists. It's wild. It's crazy. There's restaurants in there. There's bars in there. There's shops in there. There's movies have been filmed in there. It's wild. It's super cool. So even on a rainy day, you could go over there. Or maybe if there's a parade going on in downtown Houston, it's kind of a fast secret way to get around. What else is there to do? Rice Village. The Rice Village, lots of shops, lots of dining, lots of walking around and checking things out, quirky shops, modern, older, different styles. I mean, you could spend a whole day, a whole weekend over there. The Rice Village is super, super cool. And yep, it is right next to Rice University. So Rice Village, right next to Rice University. I mean, I remember when I was growing up, there wasn't much there at all. So now over the years, they've totally developed the area. It's super modern, super clean, super nice, awesome shops, awesome restaurants. It is a very, very cool place to go. Since we're talking a little bit about shopping, the Galleria. Yep, next on the list. The Galleria is a really, really awesome part of Houston to go to. Again, very modern. They've got these giant street signs that are like they look like UFOs. They're crazy. And so just driving down there, it's just a sight to see. And especially at night, you get all the lights and everything. And they've been building up in Houston. So a lot of we've been building out and we've been building up. So there's a lot of new buildings in the Galleria as well. So at night when they're all lit up, they look super, super cool. And right next to the Galleria, across the street, there's the Williams Tower, which I know it as the Transco Tower. When I was a little kid growing up, it used to be called the Transco Tower for Transco electricity over here. That is no longer done, finite, but the building still stands. And they keep it up very, very well. There's a park right in front of the Williams Tower. It's called the Waterwall. Super, super cool. It is amazing. You stand in the middle of it, even like on a 100-degree day, you go stand in the middle of it and you're cool. It's like 80 degrees in there. It's just and just the sights. I mean, looking up, you almost get dizzy because of the water coming down on all sides of you. It's just a very cool sensation. And to have that in the middle of Houston, yeah, I mean, you could even just go to the park and read a book right by the Waterwall. It's just a very unique area and cool thing about Houston. Next on the list, what would Houston be without golf? Yep, that's right. So many golf areas and golf clubs and golf courses. That's the word I was looking for. Golf courses. I'm not a huge golfer, but I think I am going to get into it just because everyone here is into golf, or it seems that everyone here is into golf. So with that, I mean, you've got the golf clubs of Houston, you've got Cypress Wood, you've got Champions, you've got Herman Park, you've got Memorial Park Golf Course. All these golf courses, they are ridiculous. They are super, super nice, very well maintained, lakes and streams and all that stuff that goes on there. And if you don't want to play the actual course, you can just do the putting, kind of like Top Golf, except at a real golf course. So super, super cool, especially on a really beautiful day, which Houston has a lot of. And next on the list, what are we going to talk about? That's right. Sports. I love sports. So we have everything here. It's beyond ridiculous. Football, baseball, basketball, soccer. We even have the biggest and the best rodeo. That's right. The ding-dang-do rodeo, man. This ain't at Joe's farm down the road with a few bleachers and a couple of horses and pigs.
With the rodeos.
You know what I mean? This thing is awesome. It is the biggest in the world because, you know, everything in Texas is bigger and better. But the rodeo, the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo, if you don't know about it, it happens every single year. I should do a whole video just on the rodeo because it's that big. It's ridiculous. There's a barbecue cook-off over there. There's a carnival. There's parades. There's auctions. There's concerts. There's zip lining. I mean, it's unreal. Honestly, the whole city, it's like the center of the city gets shut down. So the rodeo, number one, it's at Energy Stadium. Energy Stadium is where the Texans play. I think that place holds like, I don't even know, 80,000 people or something. It is that big. And there are giant, massive concerts to end every single night of the week. So for like 2.5 weeks straight, you have the biggest and best artists coming into town. It's not just country, folks. It's country, rock, rap, gospel, you name it. I mean, in 2023, Machine Gun Kelly's gonna be there. Brooks and Dunn, Kenny Chesney, Bun B. It's gonna be a wild, wild time. So I love going to it. There's also, like I said, the barbecue cook-off that happens over there. I should do a whole video just on the rodeo because it's intense. It gets wild and crazy and fun, and the whole city goes to it. And it sells out on some nights, and it's really, really interesting. And there's also like smaller concerts around the carnival area before the giant concerts. There's even after concerts. It's an all day, almost all night event. It starts in the end of February and it goes until mid-April. So it's like 3 weeks of just boom, 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 boom. And even if you don't like the rodeo, there's still a ton to do there. So with the carnival rides and the auctions and the cook-offs, and maybe you're not even into music, there's just a lot to do there. It's super cool. It's an experience all in itself. At least I've never seen one this big. It is dubbed as the biggest one in the world. Okay, enough about the rodeo. I like it, obviously. It's fun. So speaking of that, events. I mean, yeah, you've got all the sports, of course, and then there's the events, like special events. So sometimes we have golf tournaments here. Sometimes we have the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl comes here sometimes. And that's always just a killer event. So they shut down all of downtown. You can only get into downtown through the rail line over there that goes up and down downtown area. There's concerts everywhere, and I think there's a theme here. Yeah, concerts, lots of concerts, lots of nightlife, activities, things to do, and it's extremely family oriented. So all of these things I'm talking about are very, very family oriented. Just super, super cool places to go. After events, what else is there? Parks. Lots and lots of parks. So speaking of family oriented, so many parks. My favorite is Memorial Park. I love going over there. It is huge. It's massive. It's right in the middle of Houston. And there are walking trails, hiking trails, biking trails, gravel biking trails, mountain biking trails, sand volleyball courts, golf courses, tennis courts, whatever you want, you name it, it's got it. So it is huge. You can park over there. You can spend an entire day. There's also the Houston Arboretum, which is right next to Memorial Park. Super cool place to go to. Also, then you have state parks, which are just like nice wilderness areas right by Lake Houston. Then you have like Brazos Bend State Park, which has tons of alligators and stuff. It's a really, really interesting, cool place to go. Don't worry, there's no gators in the city of Houston most of the time. Yeah, so Brazos Bend State Park, let's see, talking about parks, lakes. There are a lot of lakes here. Lake Houston, even in Cypress, there's a bunch of lakes. There's water in the woodlands, and then there's Kemah. Okay, then there's Galveston. Of course, Galveston is just this awesome, awesome island where there's, you can rent jet skis, you can go swimming for the day, bring your little beach umbrella. Then they have kind of what's over at the Santa Monica Pier. They've got the Galveston Pier, and they have a Bubba Gump shrimp restaurant over there. They have like these roller coasters over there on the pier. I mean, there's just so much to do there. You can spend a whole weekend there, a day there. It's only 45 minutes away from most areas of Houston. You just zip down I-45, super quick, super easy, and you just dead end right into the ocean. So once you hit the ocean, you go left or right, and then you're driving up and down the seawall, and you just pick a cool spot to go hang out on the beach, and you just plop your umbrella right there. You're good to go. Speaking of water again, kayaking. If you like kayaking, there's a lot of kayaking around here. For example, in Kemah. Kemah is a really neat place to go. So Kemah has lots, again, restaurants, roller coasters, things like that, lots to do, lots of water, lots of fishing, kayaking, all of that. And you know, there's so many seafood restaurants around here too, and oyster shacks, and oh man, the coast scene here, the coastal scene is just phenomenal. It's amazing. So beautiful restaurants with beautiful views and palm trees, and super, super nice. One other thing, okay, we're almost done with the list here. So one other thing that is really, really cool about Houston, of course, I mean, I had to say it, NASA. Space Center Houston. It is this monstrosity of a place. I mean, it had to only be in Texas because the land is so flat, they needed so much area. It is ridiculous. I mean, I remember when I was a kid, here comes another kid story. I remember when I was a kid and it wasn't Space Center Houston, it was just NASA. We went to NASA. There was no Space Center Houston. And so what it was just a park. And I remember climbing on these giant rockets, and now they're encased in these giant hangars, and you cannot climb on these rockets. I wonder if I've got a picture of me climbing on a rocket somewhere. I've got to ask my mom. Oh my gosh. So Space Center Houston, that area, or that place, is huge. You take a little tram line. Now it's very sophisticated. You take these different trams. It's either the red line or the blue line. You can do both, but you might have to be there for 2 days because each line goes to different places, like different sites for you to view. It'll take you into where the actual astronauts go and train. And so it'll take you to these buildings, and you know, you walk around, and they'll it's like a big tour guide that they show you, and there's restaurants in there, and there's shops in there, and you can go inside the old space shuttles and spaceships, and it is such a sight to see. And a lot of times they'll have real astronauts that have gone into space, and they give these seminars. So for like half an hour, they'll say, hey, do you know that, you know, so-and-so is giving a speech today? And you know, the kids love it. You can ask them questions and all sorts of stuff. So it is just such an experience and such an educational time. Not only educational though, it is super fun and just out of this world. No pun intended. Or maybe there was. So, and then that's not even to mention all of the day drives that there are. There's more to this list. Oh my gosh, one of the other things that I forgot to mention, San Jacinto Monument. Super, super cool. So that is like the beginning of Texas. They have these cannonball firings every single Saturday also. Really, really neat park to go to, that they do all these reenactments and bring it back to the, you know, old days. I guess the olden days of Texas was, you know, 1700s, 1800s, like in Europe, it was, you know, AD. But anyways, so that is another super cool place to go to. And what else? I mean, there's so many things to do within day drives over here too. I just wanted to show y'all a little bit of a glimpse into Houston, or not a little bit. I think I went a little bit overboard into this video. I get so excited about the events and things that there are to do in this city. And because I moved for a while, like a decade. I left and then I came back, and I'm just loving it. But there's just so much to do here, and the events are incredible, and there's always just new things that you're experiencing here, and things just opening up left and right. It's unbelievable. So anyhow, my name is Martin Times with the Living in Houston 713 team right here in Houston, Texas. And if this is the first time to your channel, please hit the subscribe button, hit that bell right there, drop us a comment, shoot us a text, phone call, email, whatever your mode of communication may be, and we will be happy to help answer any of the questions that you may have if you are moving into, out of, or around this great city we call H-Town.